Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast. This is my review of A Moment to Remember, a South Korean romance from 2004. Now, I originally saw this movie about 10 years ago, and after starting this YouTube channel, I received a handful of requests to review it. I kind of procrastinated on that for a while because I did not have the DVD in my collection. But I wanted to watch it again to refresh my memory before reviewing it. I successfully acquired the DVD recently, but then I kind of changed my mind and decided to not do a review until a later time. One big reason for this is because you cannot really say a lot about A Moment to Remember without revealing some of the plot developments that occur during the later half of the film. And I think it's best to go into this like as fresh as possible without knowing much. Another reason is that Corey from Pieces of Work just recently put up a review of this movie and covered it well. He basically said most of what I would have to say about it. Third reason is that I also intend on doing an addendum, a bunch of addendum videos to my Asian DVD collection playlist for any movies that I buy after I initially cover my collection. So I could easily give my thoughts in one of those videos whenever I cover my Moment to Remember DVD that I've just purchased. So long story short, I had no intentions on reviewing this movie this week until I actually rewatched the film itself. This movie needs to be recognized on this channel in like a separate movie review video. There's just no getting around it. The reason for that is because this is one of the most dramatically impactful films, romance films, that you'll ever see. It will take you hours to recover after watching this movie emotionally. At least that was the experience I had 10 years ago, and it's also the experience I had when I rewatched this. Now, talking about the story itself of this movie is kind of pointless. I cannot express the strengths of this movie by, referencing the story. A guy and a girl fall in love, and then something develops later on that makes their relationship difficult to sustain. But A Moment to Remember is a great example of how pure execution can make a film special. For example, Ye-jin Sun and Woo Sung-jun give what is likely the best performances of their entire careers in this movie, and that's saying something. The movie hits the characters and the viewer very hard on an emotional level. But it does this in a very natural and effective way. The final sequence of this movie is just fantastic. If you want to know how to end a film, check this one out, because you can't do much better than the last few minutes of this one. Also, the soundtrack is really good, something I noticed after a rewatch. That's basically all I have to say about this. If you have not seen this movie, definitely check it out. I would suggest that you avoid any and all trailers associated with this film. I watched a few of them over the past few days, and I think they give too much away. One other thing I want to point out is that I accidentally purchased the 144-minute director's cut. The theatrical cut is about 117 minutes long, which is almost a half hour shorter. Again, I have not seen the theatrical cut in almost 10 years, so I can't really tell you the specific differences between the two. But what I can say is that I found the director's cut to be very impressive. So be mindful about the runtime of the DVD you purchase related to this film, especially if you're seeking out one or the other. I know some people have a problem with the runtimes in a lot of South Korean films. They would prefer, they usually prefer the shorter versions of movies if they're available. But this one I thought the extended cut was pretty solid. The DVDs are moderately available, but will most likely be in Region 3 format. There's also a Korean Blu-ray that's out there. And there are also a few uploads onto YouTube as well, so you may be able to check it out streaming. And as always, we will see you next time.